Hello and welcome to the Cricket Draft. Today we are speaking to Glamorgan's Andy Gorvin. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel, drop us a like on the video and comment who you'd like us to speak to next on the channel. Make sure you keep your eyes peeled across all of the Cricket Draft socials for the Glamorgan specific article that's coming very soon in the launch of the 2026 County Championship. And this episode is brought to you in association with All Sports Insurance.
Andy Gorvin, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. How are you?
Good, thanks. Yeah, good to be on. Thanks for asking me to come on.
I'll ask you the cricket cliche question that every kind of old man likes to ask you at the cricket club. Are you wintering well?
Yes, wintering well. I'm not very happy with the rain, but yes, going well. Thank you.
Yeah, not been ideal, is it? It's
No.
To be fair, it could be worse. It could be New Road. How has your winter been? What have you been up to? Have you spent it in the UK? Have you managed to get time away over on sunnier shores, or what has your winter looked like?
Yeah, so I've been in the UK the whole time. We've kind of been training fully. The squad who's been here completely since January, cricket wise. Bit before Christmas, did some gym and fitness stuff, but yeah, been in the UK again this year. Haven't been able to get out over to Australia this year, but it looks good over there. A few boys are over there. Our captain's over there at the moment, so making the most of the sun.
Yeah, have you had those experiences before, or are you more of a stay in the UK over the winter type cricketer, or in an ideal world would you be spending time over in Oz in the sunshine, or South Africa, or wherever that might be?
Yeah, so I've actually been to Oz 3 times. I've been to Melbourne 3 times. Played a little bit of grade cricket at Camberwell, and then played a bit of subbies cricket at Bullwyn Cricket Club as well. So yeah, it's really good, obviously, to go out and play in the sun. But as you get slightly older, it probably becomes a bit less viable every year. So yeah, I've been home the last couple of winters.
And do you find the preparation that gives you kind of on grass compared to what you're able to do at home in Cardiff? Are you able to try and mirror that as close as you possibly can, or is it a complete chalk and cheese? Is what you're doing in the gym and the indoor facilities and everything like that almost completely different to what Australia would look like? What does that? How does that go?
I think it's kind of it's very different being indoors and outdoors, but I think they've got their pros and cons, both of them. For example, being in Australia is great to be on grass and like doing a lot of running, and you come back and like you've been bowling for, especially a bigger bowler, you've been bowling for at least 6 to 8 weeks, like ready to go when you get here. But similarly, like it's probably more difficult to hit as many balls, or you bowl in club cricket rather than against your fellow pros and stuff. Whereas here you get to train hard indoors. For me, I'm probably a bit lucky in the sense that I don't have really that long a run up, and I'm quite slight, so actually it doesn't put a huge amount of force through my body compared to some of the bigger boys. They think it's harder indoors because obviously a harder surface. But yeah, there's pros and cons to both. I mean, I like both really, and it's kind of what you want to get out of the winter ready for the summer. I know now a lot more players are playing all year round as well. Like we've had a couple at Glamorgan this year, a couple of guys going on Lions tours and stuff. So, it's a bit less like, it's all on March to September, and it's more like, a bit more all-rounded. But yeah.
Has that become more flexible through the course of your career as well? Not maybe exclusive for you, but as a professional cricketer generally, and the squad at Glamorgan, is it player driven as to what you choose to do over the course of the winter? Is it led by coaches or management, or as you mentioned, a couple of the England Lions, that's kind of a phone call through to say, would you like to come on an aeroplane with us? Who leads that, and is it a complete open discussion?
I think the club is really good at supporting guys who get those calls. Like it's great for the individual and for the club as well. In terms of like winter stuff, there's time to do your own stuff, and then there's time that you might have a session kind of planned out a bit more. We have luckily the guys who stay, we have time to work on things that maybe we need to work on from last season, or keep developing, or keep trying to get better at. And then also it's important to keep putting it into purposeful practice that's going to mirror as much as we can playing out there.
Yeah. How's everybody else settling in as well? Is there a lot of you that stayed back in the UK? Again, I know the counties really differ depending on where you are in the world as to how many people might be in there for those first few weeks. What's Glamorgan looking like?
Yeah, we have quite a few now. I think last week we probably had 15. We got there's obviously some moving parts all the time. Like people are coming to and from tournaments. I know Sean Dixon was at tournaments before Christmas. Ben Kellaway was with the Lions. He's back with us now. So there's been a little bit of moving parts. A couple of guys have gone away now, but are coming back soon. And so quite a lot, probably compared to other counties, maybe. We've got a good group of youngsters, quite a few guys who are at uni. Like I went to Cardiff Uni, a couple of guys went to Cardiff Met, and then there's also a group of the younger lads who now are still at uni. So they're around and they're training and stuff as well. So that probably increases the number maybe compared to some other places.
Yeah, you segued us beautifully at the start of the answer of that question. And we want to talk about kind of the players coming in and out of Glamorgan. You mentioned Sean Dixon, the signing that Glamorgan have made from Somerset over the course of the off season. How excited are you to share a dressing room with Sean Dixon? You mentioned he's been there training with you. How is he settling in? What can Glamorgan fans look forward to seeing from Sean in 2026?
Yeah, so Dicko's been here since January, really, training with us. Like he settled in well. I think he's enjoying it so far. We've played against him quite a few times. Certainly, I mean, I've only been a pro for like 4 or 5 years, but played against him when I played for Durham and Somerset, both Durham in the 4-day and the 50 over, and then Somerset in the T20. So yeah, we know what Dicko could do, and hopefully can do it in Glamorgan colours now.
And then Colin Ingram's all signed off and ready to go again in 2026.
Yeah, Colin is raring to go again. He's obviously had a distinguished career, and he's been brilliant for us ever since he's been here. But I mean, especially the last couple of years in the county championship. It's a pleasure to watch him bat, really. So yes, Colin is raring to go again.
Very much, as you say, kind of a staple, really, of the Glamorgan side over the. Well, how long's he been at Glamorgan for? It feels like he might outdate Glamorgan, to be fair.
I don't want to get this wrong because
no, this isn't on the quiz, Andy. Don't worry.
I'm pretty sure he joined Glamorgan in 2016. I think he was at Somerset for a year in 2015.
Wow.
I think, and then I mean that could be wrong. It might be 2014, 2015. But anyway, so it's been at least 10 years now. Yeah. And he's kind of seen the club, I guess, go through different stages, different phases, and yeah, still enjoying Wales, enjoying being here, and his family's all here and stuff. So yeah, loves it.
With the cricket season fast approaching, now is the time to ensure that you and your club are covered. Don't risk the season with underinsurance or outdated valuations. Contact ASI, the specialist sports broker and PCA partner, to get your club or maybe even your own policy sorted before the first ball is bowled. Andy, with that in mind, here's a couple of hypotheticals for you that I want you to chuck a teammate towards, and for those guys to cover you off here. But hypothetically, you got 24 required, which sounds like a lot, off the final over of the first round of the county championship. Which of your teammates do you want to see on strike?
I'm gonna go with. I'm happy with Colin Ingram.
Yeah, it's a good shout. Yeah. You'd put your house on that one. How about this one then? The ball's doing all sorts. You've taken the new ball from, let's call it the river end at Sophia Gardens. Who you chucking it to as your opening partner?
He won't be very happy because he doesn't like bowling that end. But Tim van der Goen at the other end, I think.
This is your thing. You can tell him to bowl whatever end you want. And finally, as well, there's a magic moment that you need in the field. Maybe an incredible catch or a piece or a run out, anything like that. Just to kind of bring some life back into the Glamorgan side. who are you backing out of your teammates to make that happen?
I am going to go with Ben Kellaway.
Yeah. Throwing left-handed or right-handed?
Whichever hand he wants.
That's a phenomenal talent, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that, this isn't part of it at all, but something for me really I'm quite fascinated about. But how, when you turn up in a dressing room and a lad turns up and goes, yeah, I can bowl left and right arm, do you just believe that straight away? Or how many times do you have to see Ben Kellaway do that before you go, do you know what, this is genuine, this is the real deal?
I mean, it's interesting because Keller's was on the academy here, you know, like grew up here, and I think he was just like messing around bowling left arm, and it was like pretty good and had nice shape and stuff, and it ended up being like, oh, I can actually bowl this in a game. And I mean, he bowled it at the Oval first time, not last year, year before in the 50 over comp. The first time he got a wicket left-handed, I think it was. And I mean, now it's just a thing. Like he was practicing it the other day. Like I think he still would go to off spin still, right arm. But you know, it's there just developing in the background as well. Yeah, pretty cool, isn't it?
It's a handy trait to have. Is it? Now, I think as a club cricketer, all of the teammates would have a go bowling with their less dominant hand to try and emulate what your teammate Ben Kellaway can do. Is that something that you've all dabbled with? Have you tried?
No.
No, okay, fine. That's the difference between a professional and a club cricketer then.
Yeah, I mean, Billy can also bowl a bit left-handed. But like some of us can't do it at all. So I think it's probably happened a couple of times. Ben Morris also can bowl a bit left-handed. I've seen him bowl left-handed before, like all left-arm orthodox. But yeah, no, we're not queuing up to bowl left-handed, I don't think.
Just checking. How about 2026 generally? We've spoken about the winter. We've spoken a bit about the teammates and obviously Ben Kellaway there. Going into Division 1 in the County Championship, this is what this show's exclusively for as we look forward to the cricket draft game launching for 2026. Has anything massively changed with regards to preparation or thought process? Obviously, there's a whole host of new opposition for you that in particularly red ball cricket that you would have played against in the Blast and the One Day Cup. But has much changed with how you're looking at 2026 compared to 2025?
Yeah, I think we're, excited for the opportunity. A lot of the guys in our dressing room haven't played Division 1 before. There's a few that have, but there's going to be a lot of players that we haven't played against in red ball cricket before, which is obviously a different challenge. Like in the previous years that I've been here, it's been similar teams, similar batters, similar bowlers and stuff, really. So yeah, I think we're not obviously not taking it lightly. Like we know how much of a challenge it's going to be, but we're excited to kind of give it our all, really, and play some good cricket. That's kind of what we did last year. I mean, it wasn't particularly flashy, probably, but it was just good cricket over and over again, and that's what we've got to go with. And then we see where we're at, and come into the first game. We've got Yorkshire here first game. Like they're actually a team that we didn't play that long ago. We played them a couple of years ago, and they're in Div 2. So yeah, I think just face it head on and go for it. Yeah.
And when those fixtures got announced, were there any ones in particular that you were excited for? You got Leicestershire at home on the 4th week of the season, which is the team you got promoted with in 2025, or maybe that little bit of a local derby with Somerset as well now in Division 1. Was there anything that kind of stood out for you? Any particular ground, any opposition that you've been looking forward to playing against in the Championship?
To be honest, I think a lot of the games are exciting because they're teams that we haven't played. There's not one that stands out, but as I said, Somerset, local rivals, we play them a lot in T20 cricket, and I think I might be wrong, but I think we've got them twice, which is good. So we get to play them here and at their place. Obviously in Div 1 slightly different. You don't play every team twice, but I mean we've got a trip to the Oval, which is obviously good. It's always good to go to London, and yeah, I think we're just really looking forward to the challenges of every team that we're going to face. Yeah,
it's an exciting summer ahead for certain. We've spoken yeah, we've spoken about Sean Dixon, we've spoken about Colin Ingram, Ben Kellaway, and a few of the other guys that can bowl a few left arm tweakers when needed. But Asa Tribe, can we talk about Asa Tribe for a bit? The real kind of young superstar that's been away with the England Lions and in the SA20, and just seems to, and not of course that, but scored those amazing runs that he did for Glamorgan in the Championship in 2025 as well. He's blossomed, right? Would that be the right word? Would he be okay with me describing him as a blossoming cricketer? I think he probably would. But,
yeah, I think you probably would. Yeah,
yeah, I think so. What's he been like to watch and observe develop over the course of his career and your career as well, and share a dressing room with?
Yeah, I think. I mean, he's done really well the last time and this winter, you know, and it's been good to watch from a distance, really. Obviously got a really good 100 in Australia with the Lions, and then, you know, had a really good experience at the SA20. He's now, I think he's in Australia now, and then he's got another Lions trip. So, you know, it's great to see him do those things and, you know, improve his cricket continuously. Like, he's a confident guy. He's got a good solid game, like technically solid, and like knows his game for someone like quite young. I think he's still only 21. Like he kind of knows his game well, knows his scoring areas well, not afraid of anything really. So yeah, it's been fun to watch, you know. And I think he's doing well. Yeah.
Yeah, well, some amazing headlines written about him, and there was that moment with him on the microphone with Kevin Peterson in the commentary box and kind of talking about what the future might look like. I'm not going to expect you to sit here and kind of say, oh yeah, this is definitely going to happen. But with what you've seen from him, I mean, does he said he knows his game well? If you rolled the calendar forward, do you see him progressing to the point that people were talking about and getting towards that full test status for England?
You know, I think the one thing that's quite clear, I guess, over the last 12 months for him is that, you know, anything can happen, really. I suppose this time last year, he wouldn't have thought that he had done what he has, or, you know, quite a few people probably wouldn't have thought that either. So, yeah, I mean, if he keeps improving and like keeps scoring runs, and, you know, why not? I guess would be the answer. That why there shouldn't be a ceiling, really. Like he'll back himself in, and hopefully he does go on and play for England, etc. But the other thing with Asa is I kind of think in T20s he maybe not surprise people, but like he did really well in the Blast here. You know, he had a couple of really good knocks at SA20 as well. So I think that part of the game, that format of the game, shouldn't be like forgotten about as well. You know, his championship was great, but I mean, there's 3 formats in our game in international cricket. So yeah, I think any of the formats he could get into, you just don't know, do you, in this game? And it all happens so fast. Cricket is one of those games that you get elevated so fast, especially at his age. You know, I said about Keller's as well, same age as well. You know, anything can happen for these guys, really.
Definitely. I mean, the one thing I think I can guarantee for both Asa and Ben Kellaway is the fact that their price on the cricket draft will have skyrocketed from 2025 into 2026. So those of you watching this thinking you might get a bargain again for this year, think again. You might have to just spread your budget around slightly. And Andy, a hypothetical question for you. In the county championship, you could pick anybody from the history of the game, past or present, teammate, just anybody you might look up to. Who would you love to see as just a battle, a batter and a world-class bowler going toe for toe in the championship? Who are you thinking?
Okay, so I've got 2. My first one, they've battled before in Test cricket, but they couldn't in the championship because they played for the same team. So my first one would have been Shane Warne against Kevin Peterson.
Oh,
I think that is a battle that would get people to watch the game. And then the second one has to be a fast bowler. And again, they have played county cricket before. I'm going to go with Malcolm Marshall. But I would like to see Malcolm Marshall against someone like Ricky Ponting in the county championship.
Wow. Okay.
I imagine how that would go in English conditions. I think that would have been a real good battle to watch.
The first one I absolutely love. I mean, I was a 2005 kind of glued to the TV person. So that ticks all the boxes. And the second one as well, you say both of them have played county championship. They've both done well, but it would start to kind of answer that generational question, wouldn't it? Is what would this generation look like against that generation? And I enjoy that. I like that a lot. I wouldn't like to say how it would go, but it'd be a fascinating watch for certain.
Yeah, all world-class players.
90 seconds on the clock, 20 questions. For Glamorgan in the 2025, Andy Gorvin, best of luck. Fastest finger first, or whatever the quiz hosts say on the telly. Can you name 2 of the 3 players who played all 14 Division 2 games in 2025?
Kieran Carlson.
Yep.
And Ben Kerr. No, that's not right. Chris Cook.
Correct. Who finished as the club's leading run scorer in the championship?
Colin Ingram.
Correct. Against which team did Ben Kellaway score his career best 181 not out?
Kent.
Correct.
Away.
Yeah, it was. No bonus points. Which bowler took the most wickets for Glamorgan across the 2025 Red Bull season?
Oh my gosh. Tim.
Correct. Who topped the cricket draft point scoring charts for Glamorgan in 2025?
Ben Kellaway.
Correct again. Glamorgan went on a long unbeaten run to secure promotion. How many games did the streak last?
9.
10.
8.
Who hit the most sixes for Glamorgan in the championship?
Colin Ingram.
No, Kieran Carlson. How many players scored hundreds in the championship
oh my God.
in 2025? More or less than 6?
7, I reckon. So more.
5. Which bowler delivered the most maidens for the club in 2025?
Tim.
That's right. Yeah, I think that's a great yardstick and a good benchmark to stick out for the rest of the people taking part over the course of the preseason. So
nice.
Andy, thank you so much for joining us. Folks, if you're watching this, if you enjoyed it, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Follow the Cricket Draft across all of the socials to keep tune of everything that you might need to know with regards to games coming forward to 2026. Follow Glamorgan, follow Andy. Wish him all the very best and the team for the 2026 season going into Division 1. It's been great to chat with you. Really enjoyed it. And hopefully see you doing incredible things for Glamorgan in 26.
Thanks, Dan. Enjoyed it.